We start the episode off with some high-paced action as Masha Slamovich goes up against Alicia Edwards for the Knockouts Championship in a no disqualification match. Masha Slamovich wins and now means she's going to face Jordynne Grace at the next pay-per-view. And this match was surprisingly short, but I'm okay with it. Masha needs to absolutely destroy Alicia, and she did that, so I'm happy with this. After the match, Tasha Steelz came out to attack Masha, but Jordynne came to the save. I'm not particularly happy about that because it sort of feels like we're going to continue this feud between Masha and the system. And I don't like that Jordynne and Masha are friends. I want to see them be into each other, hate each other. But besides all of that, I am excited for the match, and I think this was a pretty solid opener to the show. We followed this up with some more knockouts action. Ash by Elegance defeats Jody Threat. So this seems like it's going to be a feud for the Women's Tag Team Championships, and I'm fine with that. As long as they keep the titles relevant and keep a good feud for it, then I'm all for it. And Ash by Elegance has really grown on me, and I feel like anybody who watches TNA for a while will say she's grown on them too. She was kind of bad at the start, but like everything with this and Heather Reckless, it's grown on me, and I'm excited to see where this is going. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad if we put the titles on Ash and Heather. I think that would be a great idea. And I'm also glad we get to see Spitfire a lot more frequently than we have in the past. Then we have Santana and Kazarian having a confrontation inside of the ring, and I'd be down for a feud like this. Santana is also one of those people that has grown on me a lot, and I have such high hopes for him. But yeah, it seems like we're going in a direction with this. But before we get that, we have a match between Kazarian and Rhino. And well, of course, Kazarian won this match. I mean, we didn't think anyone else is gonna win, because Rhino's old and he's not getting pushed. He's just a plop. You plop him in for like a pop. But yeah, Kazarian wins, and after the match, Rhino spears him, gores him. It was a cool little match, a good match. I have nothing to complain about. I'm just excited for Kazarian versus Santana. And then the bright spot of the show for me was everything that happened with Steve Macklin. This whole promo package, damn, that was really good. I have been complaining about Steve Macklin a lot. I said I found it very uninteresting, but this whole thing, I really dug this. This is the type of stuff you need to do to get me invested into Steve Macklin, because this did 1,000 times more than any of the previous stories he's been inside of. So I'm really digging this. I want to see what else we're gonna do with this. What we're doing with Eric Young, what was his role in all of this? So yeah, I'm actually excited to see what happens with Steve Macklin now. My only worry is that they dropped this just like they dropped the Jonathan Gresham thing. I hope they don't do that. Wait, maybe we can involve Jonathan Gresham in this, because this did feel very like delusional, very like inside of his head. Maybe Jonathan Gresham did something with that ink and his ink monster. Maybe, I don't know, but that could be a cool direction to go. But again, I'm digging this. I dig this type of stuff. So this highlighted the show for me. After this, we get the newly formed tag team of Leon Slater and Laredo Kid defeating Moose and JDC. A big upset. When I saw the announcement that Leon Slater and Kid are going to be a team, I was like, yeah, I dig this. This is a nice fun pairing that I can get behind. Then I saw they're going to face Moose and JDC, and I wasn't so sure they're going to win. But this was a surprisingly good match, and the winners, I did not expect them to win. I was very confident Moose, coming off of winning the X Division Championship, was going to win this match. But the fact that we gave the young guys the upset victory, I'm so down for that, and I hope they remain a tag team, because we need to build the tag team division up, and I think they could be a fun young pairing in this division. Then we had Joe Henry cutting a promo. I will say I'm getting a bit tired of his promos, because it's been the same thing or very similar for a long time now, especially since his feud with Nick Nemeth is progressing very slowly. So it's not a lot of excitement for me in there, but I am down. I can't wait to see him win the World Heavyweight Championship and enter a new phase of TNA, but I don't know if that's still gonna happen. Regardless, I'm excited for it. I just don't know. And keep in mind, Eddie Edwards is top 10 favorites of mine of all time. I am not excited to see Nick Nemeth versus Eddie Edwards at the pay-per-view. I don't feel there's much of a story behind it, at least not something that we've currently been building towards. So I would like to see that before the match, but like, what can you do, right? So let's just get to this Joe Henry and Nick Nemeth feud, and let's just get it over with. But overall, solid promo. Savannah Evans has a victory over this local competitor. It was solid. It did what you needed to do. I was hoping to see more of Lei Ying Lee after the match, since maybe Lei Ying Lee attacked Savannah Evans, because last time Savannah Evans attacked Lei Ying Lee, but nothing. Just a squash match. It did its job. It made her look dominant. I just wished for more. But again, can't complain too much about this. It did what it needed to do. And then in the main event, it was a six-man tag, the Hardys and Ace Austin versus Trent Seven, Alex Hammerstone, and Jake Something. I'm gonna just call them the Coalition. I don't think they have an official name. At least I didn't catch it. And surprisingly, they won. I'm okay with this because I didn't expect it at all. But I do hope we don't just hinder their momentum. Because after the match, they kept attacking the Hardys and Ace Austin. But then the Rascals and Kushida came out to save them. And we're getting that match soon. I hope the bad guys get the win over them. Because if they lose, I don't see what the point was in this victory. Because then you're just pushing them only to lose later. And I don't think you should do that to the Hardys or Ace Austin. Just feed them to a team just to make them look dominant to fall to someone else. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that's the right decision. I just don't. But again, it was a surprise victory, and I can really see these guys being a dominant faction. I complained about them last week for being randomly thrown together, but I kind of see where we're going with this. I kind of dig it. I would be cool with pushing them. That was the end of the show, and tonight I tried going into TNA with a more positive mindset, trying to find things I enjoy more than trying to dissect it and analyze it too much, just watching it as a casual fan basically. And I enjoyed that a lot, and I'd give tonight's show a 7 out of 10. Unfortunately, not too many great or exciting matches besides the main event, so that hindered it a bit, but the promo work tonight, especially that Steve Maclin bit, it was fantastic. So I want to see what's happening next week. I believe we're getting the next pay-per-view next Friday. Again, I don't really like Friday pay-per-views. And I know someone said in the comments a while back that it's a TV special or something similar. I don't remember exactly. I still don't like that fact. I would rather have it over a weekend because it's very inconvenient to have TNA, the episode TNA on a Thursday and then a pay-per-view on the very next day. I just don't think that's a good idea. But yeah, if you enjoyed tonight's episode, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you enjoy that Steve Maclin bit? Because it made me very interested in. That was definitely the highlight of the show for me. That's what I remember from this episode. Do you agree? I hope you leave a like. It really helps the video a lot. It really does. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. I cover TNA weekly. So yeah, I'm sending love to all around the world, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.